Good day, grade 8. This is Ms. Ndlazi speaking, and welcome to my virtual creative arts classroom. I hope, again, you are going to thank your parents for the privilege that you have to use YouTube and to use so much data, just so that you can use this platform to better your studies. Today, we will be discussing Unit 2. I have mentioned on Google Classroom that we will be doing this. If you want to refer to Unit 1, you should do so. It's on our YouTube list of videos. However, in this video, we're only going to be discussing Unit 2, which is Society and Fashion. The things you're going to need for this lesson is a highlighter and a colored pen. Okay. Now, the first keyword that we'll be discussing today is discrimination, and this is explained as an act or form of behavior where someone is unfairly judged or excluded from being a part of society and enjoying the rights and privileges that everyone deserves. Now, the words that we're going to highlight over here is unfairly judged or excluded. Okay, so firstly, the first thing you need to understand is that discrimination is illegal. You are not allowed to discriminate against someone. When you discriminate against someone, it means you are treating someone unfairly. You are not giving them the privilege that they should have because it's their human right. Okay, now, oftentimes we discriminate against people of a certain race, of a certain age, of a certain financial status, of a certain background, and so on and so forth. So, for example, we can say something like women cannot be engineers, all right? Women belong in the kitchen. All of that is discrimination because women are not only good to be in the kitchen. Women can be successful and they can be moguls and they can be in business and so on and so forth. Okay, the second one is three-dimensional, and this refers to something that has length, breadth, and depth. I'm going to highlight length, breadth, and depth. In mathematics, you would say this. Okay, if this still does not make sense to you, you will remember that in first term, we drew a cube, which is three-dimensional. All right, so should you have difficulty explaining this, you would draw this, and this should help you, or basically you would draw this and then explain what this is. It is something that has length, breadth, and depth. Okay. The third one, the third key term for today is mood board. It is a visual collection of images, colors, patterns, textures, and words that show where the designer got their inspiration from for their design. Let's say, for example, if I were to say make a winter range, okay? What that means is that I would expect you to make, a range of clothing for the winter season. You would basically make a mood board, which is basically a poster where you put on a lot of your influence. So let me give you a separate example from this. When you write an essay, you're expected to make a mind map, right? Which influences what you are going to say and helps you with your thought process. You would do the same for a mood board. However, a mood board is a visual representation. So you use pictures, you use words, you use examples, you use patterns, you use color, and so on and so forth. And that helps you to remember or to get inspired for your range. Okay. Trashion is a new word combining the words trash, which means rubbish, and fashion. It's a trend that aims to raise awareness about the environment in a creative way. So basically, trashion is a trend whereby people are motivated and encouraged to use recyclable materials when making their clothing. Okay. Composition, this is the way that all the elements in a picture are put together. By now, you should know what the elements of art are. This is something that we discussed in first term. Firstly, it's line. You can do that. shape. You can draw a triangle, tone, and texture. Basically T and T. Okay, that is going to be it for today. We will discuss Freedom Day in a separate video. I hope you understand your work. If there are any questions, again, just post them on Google Classroom and I will answer to them and probably make a video so that it's easier for you to understand. Thank you for joining me today. Be safe and stay home.